I've not braved walking around this park before. This is Everards Meadows. Sun is setting. It's Friday night. I can hear the music banging from the pub. Let's go see what the park's like. Stream interrupted, weird, and it's flipped my camera, which I did not ask it to do. Hi YouTube! See if I can flip it back without crashing out. Flip? No? Yeah, there we go. Do, 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 do. Velu says, "What up, bro? How are you doing? Thank you for your comment in the chat. I'm alright. How are you?" I got me a sneaky Starbucks on the way to this walk. I'm feeling brave tonight. I've not been around this park before. I've nearly done it twice and just gone, nah, won't risk it today. So this is good. This is progress. Izzy says sup. Hello Izzy, sup to you too. What's up? That's up, Sky. Ha 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 ha. Old jokes are the best. Ness the best says hi. Hi Ness. Thanks for joining me on my walk, people. Always nice to get some comments in the chat. Always nice to feel a little bit of company as I'm wandering around these parks. Don't know what that dried up little pond's all about. Izzy says E. And they've took themselves from number 3 to number 1 in the chat by doing that. Not recommending spamming the chat to get your pole position, but I'm guessing that's what they're trying to do. K-Pot says, what kind of country? We're in Leicestershire in the UK, in England, right now, or I am. That's what you're watching. I don't get what this pond's all about. Well, I guess it's supposed to be a pond, but it's dried up because we've had a bit of a heat wave. So this week, and possibly last week as well, I've had mostly Kylie on in the car. I don't know if this is the title album. Yeah, the title of the album's Fever. So I've got those songs going around my head right now. Mostly been listening to that. So if I start humming something, it's probably one of the songs off that album. Change is as good as a rest. I think I got started to get sadly a bit bored of my other lovely park that I usually walk around, because I've walked it a lot. So this is Everards Meadows, which I've never walked around before. There's the big Everards factory. Interesting. And the park is quite quiet, because when I entered the park I could hear all the music from the pub. But here I can still see the factory and the pub, but I can't hear their little Friday night disco from this side of the park. Valu says this place looks familiar. This is Everards Meadows in Leicestershire. If you've ever been, that's where I am. Might be why it looks familiar if it is. Chicken something or other says hi. Hello, chicken. Alright, chicken. It's a little bit, it's an old style Leicester to say "Ay up me duck." It's not quite the same as hello chicken, is it? Alright, chicken. Zypher or Zephyr, definitely pronouncing that wrong, says beautiful God's country. Thank you for your comment. Glad you find it beautiful. That's kind of the point of streaming nature and my walks. Oh, now this path gives me two options, which I was not expecting. Thought I'd be in a loop back to the other side of the park, which I kind of am. But it looks like I can walk on further that way. I don't know where it takes me. The sign might tell me where it takes me. Let's have a little look. Meadows route for cycling. None the wiser. Let's go and have a look. Can always turn back the other way and then I know where I am. So let's see where the hell this goes. Who's with me? We're on an adventure. Never walked around here before. What's that? That looks like you could drive a car down it, but it looks like a dirt track. What's going on there? As long as I'm back before sunset, we're all good, right? Sunset's still pretty late at the minute, right? Where does this take me?
Why ain't you supposed to give him that rawhide?
Rawhide. Nice. As I don't see this path looping round, I wonder if I'll eventually pop up in some houses by walking this path. I guess I'll find out eventually. Might spy a map by this bridge, which might be good. This is a very long bridge. What river is this? Oh, okay. This is a park entrance and this is a footpath from somewhere else. Where am I on this map? Does it say? You are here. You are there. I'm there. River Soar, Skills Loop. Oh, it's for cycling. Okay. Where does that go to? Oh, okay. Okay. Still don't really know where this is going to go, but let's give it a whirl anyway. This is a big bridge. Oh, 𝓂𝓁𝓁 in the comments. Have you seen any interesting wildlife on this route? No, but something jumped in the bushes. I don't know if that was... It was small enough to maybe be, I don't know, a rat. Something that kind of size. But we'll tell ourselves it's something nicer than that. Maybe a squirrel? Don't know. But it was like in the ground bushes, so maybe not. Probably a rat. Let's face it. This is the Soar. I always thought the Soar was a bigger river. This is a very big bridge. It's looking a bit canal right now. A bit of it near where I went uni is much bigger. Where does this footpath go? Or I don't know, it could have been a vole, I suppose, because we're near the river. Might have been something like that. Puppies. Private land, horse sanctuary. Cute. Oh, this is a bit steep. This is a very cute, very old bridge. This looks more like a big canal. Yeah, we've got locks. It's pretty. And then over here, we've got some lovely little locks. That's cute. Dog going a bit mad, but some nice locks. That's smart.
Seeing these on the at a laboratory.
Guy's turned around to point his phone at me, filming me like I'm a celebrity, covertly. I'm not. Bellu says it's past midnight here. Where in the world are you? That means you are, what is it here, 7, 8 o'clock-ish? You're 4 hours ahead of me, roughly. Probably not that far away then, country-wise, maybe. I don't know all the time zones off the top of my head. Where are we here? What is this place? There's people walking in the field a little bit. Reminds me a little bit of the film The Happening. Great Central Way. 𓂁𓂄𓁿𓀀 Parish Council. Authorised. Oh, okay, so they can unlock that bollard and drive. People attending the horses, maybe. Oh, it's too many options now. I can go this way, or this way, or there-ish. That's a spinney. 𝓂�𓂄𓁿𓀀 spinney. That's trees and forest. I might walk up here and see where this takes me. I can see the road that way, actually. Well, we know that takes us to the road then. Where does this go? So the forest, the main road. What's the other option? What's the third option? It's down here. Bellu says they're from India. Hello, India. That's further than I would have thought for the time zone you said. That's very interesting. Hello, India. I've not been, but I hear it varies a lot between regions. Someone once told me Goa is the party element, like the party state of India. Don't really know any of the regions in it. It's weird because I'm from Leicester. I should know it better, I suppose, or know of it better. Do 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 do. Which part are you in, fellow? Which, like, I don't think they call them states, so I don't know which region, district. What do you call them? Oh my god, there's more forks in the road. Don't know where to go. Oh, what's this? Oh, yeah, houses. So this is 𝓂�𓂄𝓁 and 𝓂� Hills, apparently. Nature reserves. Ah. So here we reach houses. So if you lived here, this backwards is how you'd get to the Everards bit and Foss Park. They've got a very big shed in their garden, haven't they? That's quite a work. Okay. Bellu, I can't say that. Okay, fine, no worries. Get it if you want to be confidential about where you are. Safety first. It's down here then, more houses I suspect. Let's have a little look. I've walked a far enough way for a walk back anyway. Been getting weirdly slack. So I looked at my live streams, it said my last one was 8 days ago, and I was like, wow, what? That long ago? Can't be that long since I walked. I know I was really tired on Monday, so I slept through most of the day. And I was still quite tired on Wednesday. Both days I didn't have to work. Wednesday I kept meaning to do something more active. I just wound up sitting around. So, Velo, I'm scared of this internet thing, that's why. No, that's fine. Conquer fear, conquer desire, says Thoth. Free yourself. Not quite conquered desire myself. Treated myself to a Starbucks on the way to this walk. Oh, man on a bike coming through. See, something moved in the bushes there. You hear it? I can hear it. It's a bird. Looks like a lady blackbird. There we go. So the person in the chat earlier who was like, what creatures have you seen? The thing I heard in the bush before might have been a bird as well. Where does this path lead to? Where the hell am I now? I know the internet can have some scary corners, but that's why I try and keep this nice and just like my walks in parks and things. There's other stuff I've thought of streaming, but I'm like, this is nice. I don't want to kind of put too much other stuff in the feed of people who like this for this. If they get other types of content popping up, they might be a bit like, well, I didn't sign up for that. Which is kind of fair enough. So I don't know. Tempted to try the odd other thing. See how it goes down, but definitely like this and keep doing this, so. Going a bit uphill now. Wow, this path is long. Whew. Wherever it takes me, it's going to be a good walk. Oh my gosh, there's a stone circle. We've got a mini Stonehenge here. Don't know what that's all about. Really don't. 4, 5, 6 stones. It's like tiny replica Stonehenge. Wildflower meadow, please do not mow. Okay. And they've fenced it in. Put a little bench so you can sit and look at the wildflowers. cycle and walk. Where does this take us? Big dragonfly. I look dark green. Okay, here we are, we're back to houses. So this says 𓂁𓂄𓁿𓂀 is up there. Nature area, Great Central Way. 𓂁𓂄𓁿𓂀. Nature area just looks like another long path. 𓂁𓂄𓁿𓂀 Hills Local Nature Reserve. 𓂂�𓂄𓁿𓂀. What's up here? Is it just houses or are there any shops or anything? I think it's just residential. 𓂁𓂄𓁿𓂀 Trail. Yeah, that just looks residential. Interesting. Okay, heading back. 𓂁𓂄𝓁 Parish Council. Ooh, belly. Says, struggle with being around people. It makes going out difficult. How did you become comfortable walking around in public? Like anything that's a bit scary, the best advice I can say is do it a bit at a time. However much you feel comfortable with. Get quite near your limit and then walk away again, and then try that and a bit more another day. So my mum used to tell me the park near me was very scary and awful, and people committed suicide there, and the lakes were very dangerous. Ooh, hello dragonfly. Flew right at me. And a friend suggested going there one day, and we did a little walk around a little lake. And then another day she showed me how she did 10k around it. And I did that more and more on my own. And then slip. So went prepared with a head torch in my bag. And tried doing it a bit at a time. Got down there really near the sunset and really like a little bit too dark the first time, and didn't make it much in the park. And at other times I'd just be walking like there's no point being afraid. Got my torch. If it gets too dark, I'll use my torch to find my way out of the park again. So a bit at a time. Similarly around the house, when I look at something and there's just like a big pile of stuff to clear up, clear out, sort out. I mean, like a whole room, and I just look at it and go, oh my god, this is a mess and all needs to sort it out or go into storage or cleared out or whatever. And the whole thing can seem quite overwhelming. You're like, I need a lot of time to do this. Or I need a lot of energy, or I don't know where to start. Whereas if you do it a bit at a time, I'll just pack a box and I'll shove that box in the loft out of the way. Maybe make that inroad one day maybe that's all you aim to do. Yeah, if I just do that today, it's a start, and I'll do more another day. And actually, the number of times I've tackled something around the house that way, I told myself I'll just do that little thing, and that's a good way to start. And then before I know it, I've actually done probably 3 times that much. Nowhere near all the job, but a lot more than I initially set out to do. So just do a bit. Start. Before you know it, you might have got a lot more done. And eventually, a bit at a time, you might get it all done. Looking at a room in my house at the moment, my home, which is full of stuff that had to just be shoved there. Long story short, I had to store a bunch of stuff. It's all got shoved in a bedroom, so the bedroom is full. And I'm looking at it. I've been looking at it for a few months, like, where do I even start? And I thought the other day of a way to start in a small way. That's my next job around the house, is to make a start on that room, even if it's just shoving the bits I can put in the loft. I think is going to be the way I'm going to go with it. But I'm not purely procrastinating it. I have that plan, and I will do that little thing to make a start, and I will see how much more I get done when I start that way. But I'm also like, the weather's been really nice, so I want to go out and walk while I can. If there's another day where it's absolutely teeming with rain, then I can shove stuff in the loft. Doesn't matter if it's raining outside if I'm shoving stuff in the loft. How do I get back to where I came from? It wasn't down that way. That was interesting, but it wasn't down that way. It's back this way, I think. Fairly, what do you say? I often feel like everyone is looking at me. It makes me afraid to go outside. Trying to overcome it. Feel a little lighter whenever I share it with someone. Thank you for listening. Oh, Bellu. That's lovely. I think I've been there. I think we've probably all been there to some extent. The thing I try and tell myself is if I'm thinking that, maybe everyone else is thinking that. Maybe no one's looking, because everyone's thinking that about themselves. So actually, you're probably fine. So most people have got something going on, ticking around in their brain, haven't they? Oh. Right, I think the path I want, I think, is this one. Take me back to where I know, but I'm intrigued by whatever this totem pole thing is. That I didn't notice before. Check that out before I go anywhere else. What is this? Leicester, Blaby, a Millennium Project. Oh, look at you go, 𝓂𝓁𝓿𝓀. You made a totem pole for the Millennium. Interesting. Can't believe the Millennium was as long ago as it is. 26 years, really? That can't be right. I was there celebrating it. I still remember that. Can't be that long ago, can it? Calendar says it was. Yeah, I don't know. If you feel conscious in public, maybe start on the periphery. Work your way further in.
You want to walk with a girl?
The whole wallflower thing. Maybe that's the way to tackle that bit at a time. Plenty of people do the wallflower thing. Oh, this is a proper humpback bridge. Whee! Down the other side. Yes, here's that massive bridge I came over before. We're on the right track. There's the horse sanctuary. No horses. Maybe they're out riding them. I feel like the river saw probably is this wide, but it looks like 1/5 the width it normally is because it's covered in weeds because of the dry spell we've had. Hello, you're a really good person. Oh, thank you. That's nice. Thank you. I do try. Bridge is enormous. Absolutely enormous. Bello, I can't understand half of your words. It's like watching a movie with no caption. Okay, I don't know if on the playback AI auto-generates subtitles, whether that helps you. So this is the live stream. I will, when it's processed enough to let me, I'll unlock it for watch later. And when it's fully processed it, which it can take like half a day, can be like the next day. Pooch. Then it might add the captions. It might be some of what I say is British colloquialisms, or just even words like colloquialism is probably highfalutin. So if you're watching from another country, if I'm speaking a bit quickly, or I'm saying big words, or I'm saying local words rather than national words, maybe some of those bits are making it more tricky. Local words, local sayings. We have a lot of strange idioms in the UK, and the one I always say to try and describe it to people internationally is raining cats and dogs. We say it's raining cats and dogs. Now, if you were to literally translate that, it sounds mad. All it really means is heavy rainfall of water. And I didn't understand myself for years why we say that to mean that, because obviously it's not literal, it's an idiom, we call it. It's a saying, it's a phrase, it's a catchphrase that's popular. But I did look up the meaning, and apparently it dates back to when everyone lived in houses with thatched roofs, and in bad storms they would keep all their animals in the house, not just pets. In the old days, basically everyone had a mini farm in their home, because we lived off the land more before freezers and Tesco's and shops and all that jazz. So basically people would have a little homestead worth of animals in their house, and in the storms those animals, like the cats and dogs, would often climb to the rafters because they were afraid of the storm. And then if the water was heavy enough in terms of rain to seep through the thatched roof, then the cats and the dogs would slip off the rafters and fall to the ground in the house. So the phrase, "It's raining cats and dogs," was apparently coined. And I'd been saying that phrase for donkey's years, and donkey's years is another term that just means a very long time, a big number of years. Before I knew that that's where it came from. I knew what it meant from context, but I didn't know why we said it till I looked up that history of saying it. And there's probably loads like that. Just because we're a very old nation with a whole lot of history that's shaped so many quirks. So I can totally see why, to someone who's not from around here, not from this country, that would seem incredibly strange, or a little bit complex to get your head around. I was trying to think about, I'm sure that you get this in other countries though, because I remember at school when we learnt French, one of my friends taught me a phrase to do with chickens, but it was rude and it wasn't really anything to do with chickens. It's kind of just rude. It just meant go away, really. But apparently it's a French saying. I can hear the music now. Right, I'll end the stream here, partly because of PRS for the music, partly because I'm going to go in the pub because I need a wee, to be brutally honest. But isn't that a lovely sunset over the old Everards? Thank you very much everyone who's joined me on my walk. Thank you very much for all your comments. Hope you've enjoyed it. A bit of nature. Hope I've done enough walking to get some exercise. And I shall see you on another live stream. TTFN. Have a nice day. Bye. Thanks for joining me. Bye. Can't reach the off button. Bye. Come on. Come on, phone.